John Mikesh here with my buddy Jason Shinpaugh. We are getting ready to kick off a mastermind in Black Mountain, North Carolina. People have come from all over the Southeast. They're all over there hanging out, meeting and greeting right now. And I just wanted to pull you aside a minute, man. Like, you were one of the first people to come on this journey with me. And like, to see your leadership and like how you love and care for people and the people that you've assembled at this meeting right here is really amazing. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
Like, how did all this get started? Like, what was it?
I have decided I'm going to draw a map of all the people that I've met and how they've connected. And I'm going to see if I can connect this part of my life, because I have realized the relationships that I've made 1 year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago are having major impacts in my life. And I think so many times we're so busy just plowing through everything we're doing, and we don't take time to just have relationship.
Yeah.
And you obviously know how important relationship is to me, right? It is like my number one everything. And
there's been so many times that you've called me like out of the blue, and you know, I'm just kind of like on that like business mindset, like what am I accomplishing? What am I conquering today? Like, where's the progress? And you'll just call me out of the blue and it'll be nothing about business. You'll just be like, how are you, brother? And that inspires me more than you probably know. I probably never shared this with you, but like, it makes me pause when I get off the phone and say, who am I doing that for? And I just think that's real, man. And like, that's something that's sorely missing in our business community.
Yeah. Well, that's my heart in all this, right? And I think that's why we've built the organization that we've built and continue to build, is we're creating a space for people to win. But selling real estate is a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
They're winning at life. Because I'm like, whoa, everybody, we got to stop and we got to give each other a hug, right? We got to let's talk about what's going great in your life. Probably the last 10 coaching calls I've had as a group, we haven't talked about real estate once.
That's super cool.
We've talked about moms being busy and how they can, be moms and successful real estate agents, and people who haven't had vacations in 18 years, and like just pouring into them about life and what's the most important. Because at the end of the day, does it really matter how many houses we sold?
Well, true to who you are, we were over there earlier and I was asking you about a couple of people that I haven't met yet in person. I was like, oh, so tell me more about this person. And in the traditional like real estate mastermind setting, they're like, that person sells this many houses and that person's a rock star. And you were like, that person has this kind of family, that person's achieving this in their personal life. And you were just more about the people. And dude, I just love that about you. And I think that that's what's going to make this event so special. And what agents out there need to learn is that if they haven't been in a community like this, number one, that a community like this exists.
That's right.
Number two, that the thing that's probably keeping them from that next level in their career isn't more head knowledge. It's more just getting around people and collaborating and knowing that, hey, you did something, you're going to help me and I can do it too. And if you'll show me the way and hold my hand, we can both get there. And I think that's what you're the master at, and that's your gifting.
Well, thank you. And let's be honest, there's nothing new in real estate.
Right.
Right? I mean, everybody's trying to repackage talking to people. Like, this is the way to talk to people. And today it's AI. And, 5 years ago, we were going to be out of business because of this. But at the end of the day, if we don't make time to have relationships, we're lost. We're a lost society. That's what we're created to have. We're created to have relationships, right? And I get being busy. We're all busy. But if you just stop and look up, so I got all these super high-end guys I hang out with, we're out skiing and it's always a race. Who can get to the bottom of the first, right? It's always a race, right? I generally win. Nobody thinks I can do that, but I generally win. But no, I got mass. I got it. I like how you pause. I have lost 8 pounds while we've done this, so you could probably, that's why you said that. But I'm always like, hey guys, stop and look up. While we're getting this video ready, I'm like, dude, look at the sunset.
Yeah.
Like, look at how it's sitting on the mountain right behind where you guys can't see this. There's the most amazing sunset happening right now. And I'm always about like, look up.
Yeah.
Quit looking at the ground. We spend so much time looking at the ground, trying not to trip and fall over a ledge, instead of just stopping and be like,
You're an interesting cat though, because you've been on the road full time in an RV now for how many years?
8
years. What would you say is the biggest takeaway that you've taken away from that experience that's impacted your real estate business?
That you truly can have location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom.
Beautiful.
And everybody talks about it all the time. Nobody lives it.
So true.
And we've been living it for 8 years, and we live it well. And I'm not saying that with arrogance. We live it well. People meet us and they're like, oh my gosh, you live in 300 square feet, you got 2 teenagers, and it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to us. Could we make more money? Sure. But for what?
Right.
Someday we could get in a motorhome and travel without our kids. Right?
You're living the dream, brother.
You know, I think often how I sit here with you today, like I can remember you and I sitting on the stage at Commissions Inc.
Yep.
And we were duking it out over if an ISA was valuable or not. Do you remember that?
I do. I actually, my perspective, I totally forgot about that until you just said it. 2 things I remember about that event. Nothing else that I remember. You recommended a book called It's Not Your Ship, It's My Ship. And it was a book about this Navy captain that took over this defunct ship in this fleet in this Navy and turned it into like the best performing ship. And that book is like a leadership, just legendary.
Right.
Love that book. And then the second thing I remember about that event is the time that we spent at the hotel, not at the event, but at the hotel around the fire pit. Because I felt like that was the first time I connected with you as a person. And I wasn't really like the guy that was doing that back in the day. I was like, what can I get out of this? Like, what can I learn? Like, how can I advance my business? And I just remember like we connected. And I think that's the reason that we're sitting here today.
There's no doubt.
Is because we made that connection at an event. We spent time together. And then that's what led to talking to more, you know, me calling you up with some of my challenges, you leading me to mortgage. Like mortgage was a huge blessing in my business. Like, oh my gosh, like if I hadn't added mortgage 5 years ago, like the amount of net income that mortgage added every year got me through some, you know, challenging ups and downs in the market, especially when I was traveling full time. So like so many things you've impacted my life with, brother, and I just appreciate it. I'm just excited to get this event going.
Dude, it's awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.